Hey, Rich here. I got a 96 RAV4 Toyota 4-wheel drive, and it's popping out of 5th gear. So what we're doing is we're not removing a tranny. We're just going to replace the parts while the tranny's in the car. So what you do is you jack up the car, you pull the cover off right on the left side of the tranny. This is the cover. You drain the gear oil, and you clean everything up. And you remove that gear right there. You replace the part, and that's gonna repair the problem of popping out of 5th gear. So these are the parts we're gonna need. I just ordered everything online. You're gonna need some black Permatex, gear oil. Here are the gears. You're gonna need a gear puller. You could rent it at the auto parts store. I bought this one. It's just a regular old gear puller. Nothing fancy. You're gonna want to clean this surface 100%, clean and dry. And you need this bolt. It's a M12 by 1.5. M12 by 1/4 will work, but you'll see we're gonna use that to push it back in. And we're gonna use some washers. What you want to do first is pop this clip off right here. You can hold one side of it, and on the other side tap up on it. You don't want to mangle it because we're going to use it again, and that just pops right off. That's step one. The next step is you pull off this bolt right there. I started it. That comes off, and then this whole assembly is going to pull out. So it's a 12mm. Take that bolt out, and then this whole thing's gonna slide off. So now you want to attach your puller just like that, and you put a socket on the end, and you turn that screw in, and this gear is gonna pop right off, just like that. And just bring that out, you put it on the bench, and we're gonna swap the parts over. So once that's off, this gear is gonna come off, and also this split bearing, we're gonna replace that. And that's all the parts that have to be removed. While I'm in here, I'm just looking at the teeth. Everything looks good. All the teeth are good. I'm gonna clean that up. I'm gonna clean this surface up perfectly so we get a good seal, clean all the oil out, and then start putting it back together. All right, so this is the video on assembling the 5th gear synchro. If you take it apart, how to reassemble it. If you don't have to take it apart, don't. It's a little tricky, but these 2 holes, 1, 2, get these tabs. That's one tab on one clip. That's the other tab on the other clip. They actually go up into these 2 holes. So the orientation is this tab goes into the hole that is not notched. See, this hole has a notch. That's a notch right there. This is not notched. So this tab is going to go in like that. And this tab is going to go in to this hole like that. And then between that, this gear goes in between those 2. Now the orientation of this ring is like this. You have this gear, the tab is up, it goes around this, hold it, like that. So that goes there in the middle. In the middle, this goes right there, and it goes through the hole, the correct hole. The other clip goes on there, and it all goes together through the hole that is specified for. It's a little tricky, but that's the orientation. So we're going back together now. We're going to press the synchronizer back on. I put the synchronizer on the shaft. On the back side of it are tabs. And those 4 tabs have to line up with the 4 holes in the sprocket. You'll see it as you're putting it on. So what I'm going to do is use the old part. I got my bolt. What size is the bolt?
That bolt is 12 millimeters by 55.
12 millimeter by 55.
1.5 pitch.
And what I'm going to do is 12 millimeter by 1.5. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 12 millimeter by 55 millimeter is the length, and then
1.5 pitch.
1.5 pitch.
So what I'm going to do is use this to press that one on. I'm just going to tighten up the bolt and press that onto the shaft. All right, once your synchronizer is on, you take this and line it up, flat side out. Once it's lined up, you can pull it back out, put this on, keep it lined up, and then you can put it back on. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Flat side out. Now you put your clip on, you put your bolt in, clean this surface up very good. Cover up and put a bead of RTV on here. I put a thin bead here. I put a thin bead on the cover. I wait a little bit and I'll bolt them in. Don't go crazy tight. You don't want to squeeze all the silicone out. Fill it up and you're good to go.